I don't know if you've seen the video, but DeSantis has sent migrants on a plane to Martha's Vineyard. Now, this is where the Obamas have a home, Oprah, Beyonce, even James Taylor, who's going to be seeing fire, rain, and migrants. Not to mention Rosie O'Donnell. I mean, everybody basically that you know on the left has a home there. Do you think they're
Ron DeSantis has taken responsibility for flying 2 plane loads of migrants to Martha's Vineyard yesterday. But based on what some of the migrants are saying, the Florida governor likely pulled this stunt in collaboration with another GOP leader. Welcome into TYT Overruled. I'm your host, Adrienne Lawrence. 2 planes carrying some 50 migrants were unexpectedly dropped off at the summer resort island of Martha's Vineyard yesterday afternoon. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was quick to take responsibility for the stunt. His GOP-run legislature had set aside some $12 million in Floridian funds to transport the undocumented immigrants to so-called sanctuary destinations. Although Martha's Vineyard, as an island for the wealthy jet-setters, is not prepared to offer sanctuary services to migrants, the population of 14,000 sprang into action to help the new visitors, offering them COVID-19 testing, food, clothing, and more. This per the New York Times. The migrant group, which included children, arrived on 2 planes around 3 p.m. without any warning, said State Senator Julian Saar, a Massachusetts Democrat representing Cape Cod, Martha's Vineyard, and Nantucket. Officials and volunteers from the island's 6 towns really moved heaven and earth to essentially set up the response that we would do in the event of a hurricane, he said. This type of stunt is on par for Republican leadership. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has been using taxpayer funds to bus migrants to Washington, D.C. for months now, inundating the nation's capital with displaced individuals in need of social services, and doing the same thing to New York. Yesterday's load of migrants not only were baited with lies of employment and arrival in Boston, but many appear not to have originated in Florida. Rather, they were picked up in Texas, which makes one question whether DeSantis and Abbott are collaborating. This per NPR. NPR was able to interview 3 of the migrants late Wednesday. They, the migrants, told us they had recently crossed the border in Texas and were staying at a shelter in San Antonio, NPR's Joel Rose said on today's Morning Edition. NPR confirmed that a plane originated in San Antonio, made a stop in Florida, and then another stop in South Carolina before flying onto Martha's Vineyard. But apart from that layover, the migrants NPR interviewed had not spent time in Florida. Those migrants were lured onto the planes or plane with a promise of work. They wanted to contribute and uplift our society in exchange for some kind of decent wage. To mislead this especially vulnerable population and then drop them off in Martha's Vineyard is especially cruel. Foremost, it's a small island, making it difficult for the migrants to relocate to other locations, obtain jobs, access services. And speaking of services, the Vineyard only has 1 homeless shelter, which does not operate in the summer and has just room for 10 people with only 1 bathroom. The average household income on Martha's Vineyard is over $130,000. This island is for the wealthy. It doesn't serve the impoverished, nor is it prepared to do so. DeSantis knew that. He, like Governor Abbott, are using migrants as pawns in their push for GOP domination, and they're wasting taxpayers' funds in the process. I truly hope that Florida and Texas voters show their disgust at the ballot box. Do you think that they're going to do that this November? You let me know in the comments below. Hit that like and follow button, and thanks for watching.